You are living inside a mental prison you built yourself. Your thoughts control you. Your patterns repeat endlessly. Your mind runs the same destructive loops it ran yesterday, last week, last year. This mental chaos is destroying your potential, your peace, your progress. But transformation is not mystical. Transformation is systematic. Transformation happens through deliberate mental reprogramming, executed daily for 90 consecutive days. This audiobook will teach you the exact framework to rewire your mind completely, rebuild your mental operating system from foundation up, and become mentally unshakable in 90 days. The transformation starts now. Chapter 1. Your mind is a system, not a mystery. You treat your mind like mysterious black box, unpredictable, uncontrollably random. This is wrong. Your mind is system. Your mind operates like software running on code installed years ago. Programs execute automatically. Patterns repeat endlessly. Loops run without your conscious permission. You installed this software unconsciously through repetition, through what others told you, through experiences you interpreted once and never questioned again. That is the key. Your mind is system, not mystery. Systems follow rules. Learn the rules or remain controlled. This ignorance costs you daily. You experience anxiety without understanding the thought patterns creating it. Anxious thought appears. You believe it. You respond to it. You generate more anxiety through response. The cycle repeats. You feel stuck without recognizing the mental loops keeping you trapped. Same thoughts, same reactions, same results. You suffer from overthinking without knowing how to interrupt the process. Your mind runs. You watch helplessly. You believe you cannot stop it. This belief is the problem. Your mind controls you because you never learned to control your mind. Consider what happens when you understand mechanics. You recognize that thoughts follow triggers. Trigger appears. Thought generates automatically. You can identify the trigger. You can interrupt the automatic response. You can install new response. This is systematic intervention. This is mental reprogramming. Your mind follows predictable patterns. Observe the patterns. Understand the patterns. Change the patterns. Your mind is system, not mystery. Systems follow rules. You have a choice. Continue treating your mind as mysterious, uncontrollable force beyond your influence. Accept random thoughts. Accept chaotic emotions. Accept helplessness. Remain hostage to whatever your mind produces, or learn mental mechanics. Understand how thoughts form and reinforce. Study your own mental operating system. Recognize that anxiety follows specific thought patterns. Depression follows specific interpretation patterns. Confidence follows specific action patterns. Everything follows patterns. Patterns can be identified. Patterns can be changed. The shift begins with recognition. Your mind is trainable system. You are the trainer. Start observing like scientist observes experiment. No judgment, no reaction, pure observation. Notice what thoughts appear most frequently. Notice what triggers them. Notice what you do in response. Notice what happens next. This is diagnostic phase. You cannot fix what you cannot see clearly. Spend 3 days purely observing. Write down patterns you notice. When X happens, I think Y, then I feel Z. Map your mental mechanics. Your mind is system, not mystery. Systems follow rules. Most people never learn the rules. They live entire lives controlled by mental patterns installed accidentally. You are different. You are learning the rules now. You will understand your system completely. You will upgrade the software systematically. You will reprogram through deliberate practice. Install this practice starting today. Set alarm for 3 observation sessions daily. Morning, afternoon, evening. 5 minutes each session. Sit quietly. Watch your mind. Notice what thoughts appear. Notice what triggered them. Write it down. Checked phone. Saw news. Generated anxiety about future. Simple documentation. Pure observation. No fixing yet. Understanding comes first. Your mind is system, not mystery. Systems follow rules. Learn your rules. 3 days of observation. Then systematic change begins. This is foundation. Build it correctly, or transformation fails. Observe clearly. Document accurately. Understand completely. Your mind is system. You are learning to operate it. Chapter 2. Awareness before change. See the pattern first. You cannot change what you cannot see. You operate on mental autopilot. 95% of waking hours. Thoughts appear. Thoughts disappear. You never witness them consciously. Patterns run in background like invisible software you never examine. You react automatically. Thought appears. You believe it instantly. You follow its directive without question. Most people live entire lives never witnessing their own mental processes. This unconsciousness keeps you trapped. That is the key. Awareness is foundation. Change requires seeing clearly first. Your automatic operation guarantees continued suffering. He repeats same anxious thoughts for years without noticing the repetition. Morning anxiety about upcoming day. You experienced it yesterday. You will experience it tomorrow. Same thoughts, same pattern. You never observed it clearly enough to recognize it repeats. You replay same limiting beliefs daily without recognizing the pattern. I am not good enough. You thought this last week. You thought this last month. You thought this last year. Same belief, same suffering. Zero awareness that it is pattern, not truth. You generate same negative emotions through same mental habits. You never observe closely enough to interrupt. Something triggers you. You react. Same reaction every time. You never pause long enough to see the mechanism. Trigger appears. Automatic thought generates. Automatic emotion follows. Automatic behavior results. This loop runs unconsciously. You are passenger in vehicle you should be driving. Your lack of awareness guarantees continued suffering. You cannot interrupt what you do not see. Michael Singer teaches in The Untethered Soul that you are not your thoughts. You are the one observing thoughts. This distinction changes everything. Thoughts appear in your awareness. You are the awareness. Thoughts come and go. You remain. You can watch thoughts without merging with them. You can observe without believing. You can witness without reacting. This witnessing consciousness is your power. This witnessing consciousness is what you build. You have a choice. Continue operating unconsciously and guarantee nothing changes. Your patterns will run forever. Your suffering will continue indefinitely. Or develop witnessing consciousness that observes thoughts without merging with them. Create space between awareness and mental activity. Notice thoughts like you notice clouds passing through sky. Clouds appear, clouds disappear. You simply watch. No attachment, no reaction, pure observation. Practice this daily. Set timer for 5 minutes. Sit quietly. Watch thoughts appear. Notice they come without your permission. Notice they leave without your control. Notice you can observe them without believing them. Thought appears. I am anxious. Notice the thought. You are not the anxiety. You are the one noticing anxiety. Thought appears. I will fail. Notice the thought. You are not the failure. You are the one noticing the prediction. This gap between you and your thoughts is freedom. This gap is what you expand. Install this habit immediately. 5 minutes daily. Morning works best. Before email. Before world enters your consciousness, sit, observe, witness. Your mind will resist. Your mind will say, this is waste of time. Notice that thought. Observe it. Continue sitting. 5 minutes only. Consistency matters more than duration. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching thoughts. That changes everything. 90 days of daily observation transforms your relationship with thinking completely. You stop being controlled. You start observing. Awareness is foundation. Build it now. Chapter 3. Thoughts are not facts. Most are noise. You believe every thought. Thought enters consciousness. You accept as truth. You treat as important. You respond as if it requires immediate attention. This automatic belief creates most of your mental suffering. Thoughts are not facts. Thoughts are mental events, generated automatically, often inaccurate, frequently irrelevant, sometimes completely false. Your mind produces approximately 60,000 thoughts daily. Most are repetitive, most are useless, most are noise. That is the key. Learning to dismiss noise is essential mental skill. Believing all thoughts costs you enormously. You accept anxious predictions as certain futures. Thought appears. This will go wrong. You treat this as fact. You prepare for disaster. You generate anxiety. The event happens. Nothing goes wrong. You wasted hours of mental energy on prediction that was false. You treat critical self-talk as accurate assessment. Thought appears. You are not good enough. You believe it. You feel inadequate. You act from inadequacy. The thought was opinion, not fact. You accepted it anyway. You follow worry thoughts down rabbit holes that waste hours on problems that never materialize. Thought appears. What if this bad thing happens? You imagine the scenario. You imagine your response. You imagine the consequences. You imagine the catastrophe. You spend 30 minutes mentally rehearsing disaster. The disaster never happens. 30 minutes wasted on fiction your mind created. Daniel Kahneman's research in thinking, fast and slow, shows that System 1 thinking generates fast automatic thoughts that are often wrong. You treat these automatic thoughts as reliable. They are frequently distorted, exaggerated, catastrophic. The result is mental chaos, emotional turbulence, decision paralysis. You are drowning in mental noise you mistake for important information. Thoughts are not facts. Most thoughts are noise. You must learn to filter. You must learn to dismiss. Viktor Frankl discovered this truth in Auschwitz. Between stimulus and response there is space. In that space is your power to choose your response. Use that space. When thought appears, pause. Do not believe automatically. Evaluate deliberately. You have a choice. Continue believing every thought and remain mentally chaotic. Or learn to evaluate thoughts like scientist evaluates data. Ask 3 questions. First, is this thought true? Thought says, I will fail. Is this fact or prediction? Prediction, not fact. Second, is this thought useful? Thought says, I am worthless. Does this thought help you improve, or does it paralyze you? Paralyzes, not useful. Third, is this thought worth my attention? Thought says, what if everything goes wrong? Does dwelling on this serve any purpose? No purpose, not worth attention. Dismiss thoughts that failed the test. Most will fail. Install this practice immediately. Start with 1 hour. Set timer. For next 60 minutes, whenever thought appears, question it before believing it. Is this true? Is this useful? Is this worth my attention? Thought fails any question. Dismiss it. Return attention to present moment. Return attention to what you control. Most thoughts will fail the test. Dismiss them. Thoughts are not facts. Most thoughts are noise. Dismiss the noise or drown in it. Expand this practice gradually. 2 hours tomorrow, 4 hours next week. Eventually this filtering becomes automatic. You stop believing noise. You focus on signal. Your mind becomes clearer, calmer, more controlled. 90 days of thought filtering builds automatic discernment. Chapter 4. Identity drives behavior rebuild. Who you are, you want different results while keeping same identity. This is impossible contradiction. Identity determines behavior automatically. James Clear teaches in Atomic Habits that true behavior change is identity change. You do not rise to level of your goals. You fall to level of your identity. If you identify as anxious person, you will generate anxious thoughts. If you identify as victim, you will interpret events through victim lens. If you identify as someone who cannot change, you will not change. That is the key. Change identity. Behavior follows automatically. Your current identity was installed unconsciously. Years of repetition. What others told you. What experiences taught you. What you believed about yourself. You accepted these labels. You reinforced them through behavior. You became who you believed you were. You were living someone else's definition of you. Parents said you were anxious. You became anxious. Teachers said you were not smart. You accepted not smart. Friends said you were quiet. You became quiet. These labels became identity. Identity became destiny. This costs you everything. You live below your actual potential. You repeat patterns that match old identity. You stay stuck because stuck is who you believe you are. Your self-concept is prison. The bars are beliefs about yourself. Most people never question the bars. They assume the prison is permanent. They accept limitation as truth. You become who you repeatedly prove you are. Change proof. Change identity. Change everything. You have a choice. Keep old identity and guarantee old results. Anxious identity creates anxious behavior, creates anxious results. Victim identity creates victim behavior, creates victim results. Weak identity creates weak behavior, creates weak results. Or deliberately design new identity and install it through systematic repetition. Define who you are becoming. Not who you were. Not who others said you are. Who you are becoming through deliberate choice. Write identity statements. Present tense. Definitive. I am disciplined. Not I want to be disciplined. Not I am trying to be disciplined. I am disciplined. State it as fact. I am mentally strong. I am someone who does hard things. I am in control of my mind. I am someone who finishes what I start. Write 3 identity statements. These are declarations. These are decisions. These are who you are becoming. Repeat them daily, morning and evening. Say them out loud. Write them down. Repetition installs identity. More importantly, take small actions that prove new identity true. You claim I am disciplined. Prove it. Do one disciplined thing today. Make bed immediately upon waking. Take cold shower. Complete difficult task. First, small action proves identity. Your brain believes what you repeatedly prove through action. You claim I am mentally strong. Prove it. Face one uncomfortable thing today. Have difficult conversation. Do workout that challenges you. Sit with uncomfortable emotion without distracting. Small action proves identity. Identity shifts through accumulated evidence. Day 1, you claim new identity and prove it once. Day 2, you claim and prove again. Day 30, you have 30 pieces of evidence. Day 90, you have 90 pieces of proof. Your brain accepts new identity as truth. Old identity fades. New identity becomes automatic. Install this practice now. Write 3 identity statements defining who you are becoming. Repeat them every morning when you wake. Repeat them every evening before sleep. Take one small action daily that proves each statement true. Track the actions. 90 days of identity-proving actions rewires who you are. New identity generates new thoughts automatically. New thoughts create new life. You become who you repeatedly prove you are. Chapter 5. Habits shape thoughts. Automate mental excellence. Your mental state is not random. Your mental state results from mental habits you practice unconsciously every day. You have habit of checking phone first thing morning, flooding mind with information before consciousness fully arrives. You have habit of catastrophizing, taking small problems and imagining worst outcomes. You have habit of comparing yourself to others, generating inadequacy automatically. These mental habits run automatically, creating your default mental state, determining your emotional baseline. That is the key. Change the habits, change the mind. Charles Duhigg's research in the power of habit shows all habits follow same loop. Cue triggers routine which delivers reward. Your mental habits follow this pattern. Morning alarm sounds cue. You grab phone immediately. Routine. You feel connected and informed. Reward. Loop complete. Brain learns. Alarm equals phone. This becomes automatic. You see someone successful. Cue. You compare yourself negatively. Routine. You feel temporarily relieved. You identified why you are struggling. Reward. Loop complete. Brain learns. Success of others equals self-criticism. This becomes automatic. Your current mental habits are destroying you slowly. Scrolling social media first thing morning installs comparison and inadequacy before day begins. Your mind is fresh, vulnerable, receptive. You fill it with curated highlight reels of others' lives. You start day feeling behind. Replaying past mistakes creates shame and regret that accomplish nothing. Mistake happened. It is finished. You replay it mentally. You generate shame. You accomplish nothing. The past does not change. You waste present moment dwelling on unchangeable past. Rehearsing future disasters creates anxiety about events that will likely never happen. Mind generates potential problem. You imagine worst outcome. You mentally rehearse catastrophe. You generate anxiety. The event happens. Usually nothing goes wrong. You wasted energy on fiction. These habits compound. One anxious thought triggers another. One comparison leads to 10 more. Your mental habits are creating mental hell. The cost is peace, presence, power. You cannot think clearly when mental habits generate constant turbulence. You have a choice. Continue unconscious mental habits and suffer predictable results. Same habits create same thoughts, create same emotions, create same emotions, create same life. Or install deliberate mental habits that create strength instead of suffering. Replace destructive routines with constructive routines. Same cue, different routine. Better reward. Morning alarm sounds. Cue. Instead of grabbing phone, sit up immediately. Close eyes. Direct thoughts intentionally. 3 things you are grateful for. 3 goals for today. 1 affirmation of identity. 5 minutes total. Routine. You feel grounded and directed. Reward. Loop complete. Brain learns. Alarm equals intentional thought direction. This becomes automatic after repetition. Catastrophic thought appears. Cue. Instead of following it down rabbit hole, ask for evidence. What is actual evidence this disaster will happen? Evaluate objectively. Usually evidence is 0. Thought is speculation. Routine. You feel clearer and calmer. Reward, loop complete, brain learns. Catastrophic thought equals evidence checked. This becomes automatic. Someone else's success appears. Cue. Instead of comparing negatively, compare yourself to yourself. Am I better today than yesterday? Am I progressing toward my goals? Self-reference, not other reference. Routine. You feel motivated instead of inadequate. Reward, loop complete, brain learns. Others' success equals self-progress check. This becomes automatic. Kelly McGonigal teaches in The Willpower Instinct that willpower is muscle. It strengthens through use. Mental habits are same. Practice better mental habits daily. They become automatic. They require less effort. They become default. Install these starting tomorrow. Morning, 5 minutes directing thoughts toward gratitude and goals before touching phone. Throughout day, when catastrophic thought appears, ask, what is evidence this will actually happen? Evening, compare today's actions to yesterday's. Measure progress against self. Write it down. 3 mental habits. Practice daily. 90 days of deliberate mental habits rewires your automatic mental responses completely. Mental habits run automatically. Automatic habits determine mental state. Change habits or accept chaos. Chapter 6. Discomfort is the forge. Seek it daily. You avoid discomfort automatically. Uncomfortable thought appears. You distract yourself. Scroll phone, turn on television, eat something, anything to avoid sitting with discomfort. Difficult emotion arises. You numb it. Drink alcohol. Binge entertainment. Busy yourself frantically. Challenging situation presents itself. You avoid it. Delay difficult conversation. Skip hard workout. Choose easy path. This pattern of comfort seeking is destroying your mental strength. That is the key. Mental strength is built exclusively through discomfort. David Goggins teaches in Can't Hurt Me that you must callous your mind like you callous your hands. Through repeated exposure to difficulty, hands develop calluses from friction. Friction hurts initially. Skin toughens. Friction no longer hurts. Mind is same. Discomfort hurts initially. Face it repeatedly. Mind toughens. Discomfort no longer overwhelms. Every time you avoid discomfort, you reinforce weakness. Brain learns. Discomfort is threat. Must avoid. Every time you face discomfort, you build strength. Brain learns. Discomfort is challenge. Can handle. Discomfort is forge where mental toughness is created. Your avoidance pattern costs you growth. You stay in comfortable mental patterns that keep you weak. Never challenging thoughts that feel true but are false. Never questioning beliefs that limit you. Never pushing beyond familiar territory. You avoid difficult conversations that would build courage. Conflict arises. You stay silent. You feel temporary relief. You build permanent weakness. Courage grows through facing what you fear. You choose comfort over courage. You choose easy tasks that require no stretch. Tasks within current capability. No risk, no challenge, no growth. This comfort addiction guarantees you remain exactly who you are. Nassim Taleb's concept of anti-fragility shows that systems gain from stressors. They do not just resist damage, they grow stronger from challenge. Bones stressed by weight-bearing become denser. Muscles stressed by resistance become stronger. Immune system stressed by pathogens becomes more robust. Your mind is antifragile system. Stress makes it stronger. Comfort makes it weaker. You are choosing weakness daily by avoiding what is hard. You have a choice. Continue seeking comfort and guarantee mental weakness. Avoid discomfort forever. Remain fragile forever. First difficulty that appears will break you. Or seek discomfort deliberately and build mental armor that nothing penetrates. Face hard things intentionally. Build strength systematically. Seneca practiced premeditatio malorum, voluntary discomfort to prepare for actual hardship. He would sleep on hard floor, eat simple food, wear rough clothing, not because he was poor, because he was training. Training mind to handle difficulty. Training mind to be unfazed by external conditions. Apply this principle daily. Do something uncomfortable every day specifically to build mental strength. Cold shower for 3 minutes. Body screams, stop. Mind wants comfort. You stay. You finish 3 minutes. You prove you can handle discomfort. Mental strength grows. Difficult workout. Body wants quit. Mind generates excuses. You continue. You complete it. You prove you do hard things. Mental strength grows. Uncomfortable conversation. Fear says avoid. Anxiety says delay. You have it anyway. You face the fear. mental strength grows. Delayed gratification on something you want. Impulse says, have it now. You wait deliberately. You prove you control impulses. Mental strength grows. The specific discomfort matters less than the pattern of facing it. Your mind learns through repetition. Discomfort will not destroy me. I can handle hard things. I choose hard things. I am someone who faces difficulty. This becomes identity. This becomes automatic. Install this protocol starting today. Identify one uncomfortable thing daily. Do it early, before negotiation starts. Morning works best, before mind generates excuses. Track completion. Simple checkmark. 90 consecutive days of chosen discomfort transforms your mental operating system. You stop fearing difficulty. You start seeking it. Mental toughness becomes your default state. Comfort creates weakness. Discomfort creates strength. Choose discomfort daily, or remain weak forever. Chapter 7. Focus follows training. Build attention muscle. Your attention is fragmented. You cannot focus for 10 consecutive minutes without distraction appearing. Phone buzzes. You check it. Email notification appears. You read it. Mind wanders to 17 different topics. You follow each one. You believe you have attention deficit. You do not have deficit. You have untrained attention. Attention is muscle. Cal Newport teaches in Deep Work that ability to focus without distraction is becoming rare, and therefore valuable. Your scattered attention is not permanent condition. Your scattered attention results from scattered training. That is the key. Focus follows training. Train focus daily. Focus strengthens. You have trained distraction for years. Every time notification appears and you respond immediately, you train responsiveness to distraction. Every time you switch tasks rapidly, you train task switch. Every time you check phone during conversation, you train divided attention. You have practiced distraction 10,000 hours. You have become expert at distraction. Now you wonder why you cannot focus. You built the opposite skill. Fragmented attention destroys everything. You cannot think deeply about complex problems when attention jumps every 30 seconds. Complex thinking requires sustained focus. Building mental models. Holding multiple concepts simultaneously. Connecting ideas across time. This requires continuous attention. You cannot build skills when practice is interrupted constantly. Skill development requires deliberate practice, focused repetition, immediate feedback, adjustment. This requires unbroken attention. You cannot create meaningful work when mind wanders perpetually. Creating requires flow state. Flow requires complete absorption. No self-consciousness, no time awareness. Total focus on task. Interruptions destroy flow. You cannot solve your problems when you cannot focus on them long enough to understand them. Problems are complex. Solutions require deep analysis. Analysis requires sustained attention. You are capable of focused intensity. You have abandoned the capability through years of distraction training. You have a choice. Accept scattered attention as permanent and accept mediocre results forever. Surface-level thinking, incomplete work, unrealized potential. Or train attention systematically, like athlete trains body, and build focus that cuts through any distraction. Attention is muscle. Muscles strengthen through progressive resistance training. Start with small, focused sessions. Set timer for 10 minutes. Choose single task. One task only. Focus completely. No phone, no email, no switching. When attention wanders, it will notice and return to task. This is attention training. Mind wanders. You notice, you return. This is one repetition. Do not judge the wandering. Wandering is natural when attention is weak. Simply return again and again. 10 minutes today. 12 minutes tomorrow. 15 minutes next week. Progressive overload like physical training. Thomas Sterner teaches in The Practicing Mind to focus on process, not product. Do not focus on what you accomplish during 10 minutes. Focus on maintaining attention. The goal is attention building, not task completion. You are training the muscle. Judge success by how many times you return attention when it wanders, not by output produced. Each return is successful repetition. Install this practice immediately. One 10-minute focused session daily. Schedule it. Same time daily. Consistency builds strength. One task. No phone. No interruptions. Door closed if possible. Headphones if needed. When mind wanders, return it gently. No frustration. No judgment. Simple return. Track consecutive days. Mark calendar. Visual progress motivates continued practice. 90 days of attention training rebuilds focus completely. Week 1 feels impossible. Attention wanders constantly. Week 4 feels difficult. Attention wanders frequently. Week 8 feels manageable. Attention wanders occasionally. Week 12 feels natural. Attention stays focused. Deep work becomes accessible. Complex thinking becomes possible. Mental clarity becomes default. Attention is muscle, not gift. Muscle strengthened through training. Train attention or lose it completely. Chapter 8. Your body knows. First, trust physical signals. You overthink decisions while ignoring what your body already knows. Decision appears. You analyze endlessly. Create pro-con lists. Imagine every scenario. Debate internally for hours, days, weeks. Meanwhile, your gut screams the answer. Tension in chest says wrong. Lightness in body says right. You dismiss these signals as unreliable. You trust only logical analysis. This is backwards. That is the key. Your body knows before your mind finishes analyzing. Your body generates physical signals constantly. Tension in chest when situation is wrong, you ignore it. Lightness when path is right, you question it. Heavy feeling with toxic people, you rationalize it away. Energy around aligned opportunities, you analyze whether you should trust it. Your body processes information faster than conscious mind, recognizes patterns before awareness catches up, knows truth before you articulate it. You dismiss this intelligence completely. Your logical mind is recent evolutionary development, slow, easily confused, influenced by social conditioning, swayed by shoulds and expectations. Your physical intelligence is ancient, evolved over millions of years, detects threat instantly, recognizes safety immediately, senses alignment automatically. Your body votes constantly. You ignore the votes. You privilege the weaker system and ignore the stronger one. This costs you correct decisions. You stay in wrong relationships because logic says, but they are good on paper. Good job, kind person. Shared interests. Logic approves. Meanwhile, body feels drained every interaction. Chest tightens during conversations. Energy depletes after time together. Body screams wrong. You override body with logic. You stay. You suffer. You take wrong jobs because analysis says good opportunity, good salary, impressive title, career advancement. Analysis approves. Meanwhile, gut feels wrong daily. Sunday evening dread, morning resistance, physical heaviness commuting to work. Body screams misalignment. You override body with logic. You stay. You suffer. You ignore warning signs because mind overrides what body senses. Person makes you uncomfortable. Body tenses. Mind says, give them chance. Situation feels dangerous. Body alerts. Mind says, stop being paranoid. Opportunity feels wrong. Body resists. Mind says, this is fear talking. You trust mind. Body was correct. You realize, too late. You have a choice. Continue privileging mental analysis over physical knowing and make wrong decisions repeatedly. Logic without body wisdom is incomplete. Or learn to read your body's signals and integrate them with logical thinking. Both matter. Logic analyzes facts. Body senses truth. Together they create wisdom. Start noticing. How does your body feel in different situations? Tight chest around certain people. Notice it. Relaxed, breathing around others. Notice it. Heavy feeling considering specific paths. Notice it. Light feeling imagining alternatives. Notice it. Your body is voting constantly. Learn its language. Body speaks through sensation. Tightness, heaviness, lightness, ease, tension, relaxation. These are signals. Learn to read them. When making decisions, analyze logically and check physical response. Evaluate pros and cons with mind. Then sit quietly. Ask your body, how does this feel? Notice what arises. Tightness suggests no. Lightness suggests yes. Heaviness suggests wrong direction. Ease suggests right direction. Your body knows. Trust it. Install this practice. Before important decisions, after logical analysis, sit quietly for 3 minutes. Close eyes. Bring decision to mind. Notice physical response. Scan body, head to toe. Where is tension? Where is ease? What is body communicating? Write it down. Compare logical analysis to physical response. When they conflict, investigate further. Usually body is correct and logic is rationalizing. Your body knows before your mind finishes analyzing. Trust physical signals or drown in mental noise. 90 days of body awareness practice reconnects you to physical intelligence you have been ignoring. You stop living exclusively in head. You integrate body wisdom. Decisions become clearer. Direction becomes obvious. Truth becomes accessible. Your body knows first. Start listening now. Chapter 9. Daily practice beats periodic intensity. Commit to consistency. You rely on intense periodic effort instead of daily consistent practice. You meditate for 2 hours once, then skip 6 days. You feel inspired. You sit for 2 hours. You experience profound peace. You assume you have arrived. You skip next day, and next week passes. You have not meditated since. You journal extensively Monday, then forget until next Monday. Monday you write 5 pages. Deep insights, clear thinking, powerful reflection. Tuesday you skip. Wednesday you forget. Next Monday arrives. You journal again. Same pattern repeats. That is the key. This pattern guarantees zero transformation. You practice mental techniques intensely for 3 days, then abandon completely. You discover new practice. You are excited. You implement perfectly. Morning routine, evening routine, midday check-ins, 3 days of perfection. Day 4, you skip morning routine, too busy. Day 5, you skip everything, too tired. Day 6, you have abandoned it completely. Back to old patterns. Zero transformation, despite intense effort. Transformation requires consistency, not intensity. Brad Stulberg and Steve McNeese teach in Peak Performance that growth equation is stress plus rest equals growth. Daily small stress is training. Periodic massive stress is injury. You lift weights once per month for 6 hours. You injure yourself. You build nothing. You lift weights 30 minutes daily for a month. You build significant strength. Same total time, different results. Daily training works. Periodic intensity fails. You are injuring yourself mentally by alternating between intense effort and complete abandonment. Inconsistent practice creates inconsistent results. You build momentum, then lose it. 3 days of meditation. Mind becomes clearer. You stop. Mind becomes chaotic again. You make progress, then regress. Week of journaling. Thoughts become organized. You stop. Thoughts become scattered again. You experience benefits, then forget them. You feel the positive effects. They fade when practice stops. You forget how good it felt. You forget why you started. Your mind requires daily reinforcement to rewire. Neural pathways strengthen through repetition. One intense session creates temporary change, temporary neural activation. No lasting pathway. 90 consecutive sessions create permanent rewiring. Daily activation. Pathway strengthens. New pattern becomes default. You are choosing temporary change by refusing consistent practice. The cost is staying exactly where you are despite knowing what works. You know meditation helps. You have experienced it. You know journaling clarifies. You have felt it. You know these practices work. Evidence is clear. You simply refuse to do them consistently. You want transformation without consistency. This is impossible. You want different results with same inconsistent approach. This guarantees failure. You have a choice. Continue sporadic, intense effort and guarantees surface-level change that disappears immediately. Temporary benefits, zero lasting transformation. Or commit to small daily practice and build permanent transformation through accumulated consistency. Small daily practice compounds. Day 1, minimal impact. Week 1, slight improvement. Month 1, noticeable change. Month 3, significant transformation. Daily practice builds permanent change. Periodic intensity creates temporary results. Choose consistency or stay stuck forever. Jocko Willink teaches that discipline equals freedom. Daily discipline in small things creates freedom in all things. Apply this to mental transformation. Choose 3 practices. Morning awareness, midday thought filtering, evening reflection. Make them small enough, you cannot fail. 5 minutes awareness, 3 minutes thought filtering, 2 minutes reflection. Small, achievable, sustainable. Do them every day, same time, same place, no exceptions. No intensity required, consistency only. Install this protocol now. Identify 3 small mental practices. Schedule them daily. Set specific times. Morning, 6 a.m. awareness. Noon, thought filtering. Evening, 9 p.m. reflection. Track completion with simple checkmark. Calendar, spreadsheet, notebook. Mark each day completed. Visual progress motivates continuation. 90 consecutive days. No skipping. No excuses. Small daily practice rewires mind permanently. Periodic intensity creates nothing lasting. Choose daily practice. Choose permanent transformation. Start today. Chapter 10. The 90-day commitments. Start today, not tomorrow. You have learned the framework. Your mind is system, not mystery. Systems follow rules you can learn. You have learned that awareness comes before change. You must see patterns before breaking them. You have learned that thoughts are not facts. Most thoughts are noise you dismiss. You have learned that identity drives behavior. Change who you are. Change what you do. You have learned that habits shape thoughts. Mental habits determine mental state. You have learned that discomfort is the forge. Mental strength builds through facing hard things. You have learned that focus follows training. Attention strengthens through practice. You have learned that your body knows first. Physical signals reveal truth. You have learned that daily practice beats periodic intensity. Consistency creates permanent change. Now comes the only thing that matters. Execution. Transformation is not theoretical. Transformation is practical. Transformation requires 90 consecutive days of deliberate practice. Systematic implementation. Unwavering commitment to mental reprogramming. You have a choice right now. This moment. Start today or delay indefinitely. Tomorrow is lie you tell yourself. Tomorrow never comes. Tomorrow is excuse disguised as planning. The transformation begins the moment you decide it begins. That is the key. Start today, not tomorrow. Tomorrow is excuse. Today is transformation. Choose now or choose never. Delay costs you everything. Every day you postpone is day you remain trapped in current mental patterns. Same thoughts, same reactions, same suffering. Every excuse is vote for staying exactly who you are. I will start Monday. Vote for current state. I need to prepare more. Vote for current state. I will wait until things calm down. Vote for current state. Every justification for starting later is choosing continued suffering over immediate change. You do not need perfect circumstances. Perfect circumstances never arrive. You do not need more information. You have enough. You do not need to feel ready. Ready is feeling that comes after starting, not before. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, "You could leave life right now." Let that determine what you do and say and think. Apply this urgency. You do not have unlimited time. You do not have infinite tomorrows. You have today. Start now. Start with imperfect execution. Start with uncertainty. Start with fear. Start anyway. You have a choice, binary choice. No middle ground. Start the 90-day transformation today with imperfect execution, or delay indefinitely with perfect excuses. Here is your starting protocol. Clear, specific, actionable. Days 1 through 30. Foundation phase. Install awareness, practice 5 minutes daily. Morning immediately upon waking. Observe thoughts without judgment. Implement thought filtering on obvious noise. When catastrophic thought appears, ask for evidence. Write 3 identity statements. Repeat morning and evening. I am mentally strong. I am disciplined. I am someone who finishes what I start. Choose one uncomfortable thing daily. Cold shower. Difficult conversation. Hard workout. Practiced 1 10-minute focus session daily. Single task. No distractions. Return attention when it wanders. Days 31 through 60. Integration phase. Continue all foundation practices. Non-negotiable. Add body signal awareness to decision-making. Notice physical responses. Trust them. Install 3 small daily practices consistently. Morning gratitude, midday thought check, evening reflection. Increase focus sessions to 15 minutes. Progressive challenge. Journal 3 minutes evening on what you noticed about mental patterns. Document progress. Days 61 through 90. Mastery phase. Continue all practices. Refine based on what works best for you. Some practices will resonate more. Emphasize those. Increase intensity gradually. Longer focus sessions. More difficult discomfort challenges. Deeper awareness practice. Track transformation markers. Mental clarity. Emotional stability. Decision quality. Prepare for permanent integration beyond 90 days. This becomes lifestyle, not program. You have learned that your mind is system, not mystery. That systems follow rules you can learn and control. You have learned that awareness comes before change. That you must see patterns before you can break them. You have learned that thoughts are not facts. That most thoughts are noise you can dismiss. You have learned that identity drives behavior. that changing who you are changes what you do automatically. You have learned that habits shape thoughts, that mental habits determine your mental state. You have learned that discomfort is the forge, that mental strength is built only through facing what is hard. You have learned that focus follows training, that attention is muscle you strengthen through practice. You have learned that your body knows first, that physical signals reveal truth faster than analysis. You have learned that daily practice beats periodic intensity, that consistency creates permanent change. You have learned that the transformation starts today, that delay is decision to stay stuck. But here is what matters now: what you do today, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, not when circumstances align. Today, right now, this moment, you have a choice. Continue living in mental prison you built unconsciously, or start systematic transformation that rebuilds your mind completely. The first keeps you exactly where you are. The second changes everything. Here is what you do right now. First, write 3 identity statements defining who you are becoming. Second, schedule 5 minutes tomorrow morning for awareness practice. Third, choose one uncomfortable thing you will do tomorrow. Fourth, set timer for one 10-minute focus session tomorrow. Fifth, commit publicly or privately to 90 consecutive days of mental transformation. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for perfect timing. Stop waiting for motivation. Start executing. Start today. Transform your mind in 90 days. The framework is complete. The path is clear. The choice is yours. This is your transformation. Claim it now.